Keeping those hands clean wherever. Welcome back to another Techstination interview. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us is Gabe Trevizo, co-founder, I should say, of Suds2Go, a way to wash up anywhere. Thanks for being with us, Gabe.
Thanks for having me, Fred.
So give us the overview here. What is Suds2Go?
So Suds2Go is a mobile hand washing system that we created that allows active families and individuals to bring soap and water with them anywhere they go. So when they're out adventuring, they're away from the sink, and they need clean hands, Suds2Go is what they would use then to clean their hands properly.
And how did this come about? You did this with your wife, right?
Yeah, so my wife, Cindy, and I, we have 4 children. We're an active family, always out and about on the weekends. And we always kept finding ourselves in the same situation where we would be out adventuring, whether it's a park or a lake, and our kids needed to wash their hands because they just used the porta potty or they wanted to have a snack. And we didn't really have any options other than sanitizer. And for us, that wasn't really an option because we really needed their hands to be clean. So we were always searching for bathrooms or walking long distances for the bathroom. And it just wasn't working for us. So we were at a birthday party at a park, and our kids, they were playing on the playground on the merry-go-round, and then it came time to eat pizza, and all they had was sanitizer. And we used that, and I just remember the feeling just being so disappointed in that option. And we got home, and I hopped on my computer, and I looked for a mobile hand washing system because I knew there had to be one out there on Google and Amazon, and there was nothing. So that was kind of our light bulb moment to bring Suds2Go to life.
So describe for us, step us through how it works.
Sure. So we have 2 different options. So the first one is our Suds2Go bottle, and that's basically a 20-ounce stainless steel drinking water bottle with a foaming soap pump and reservoir integrated into the lid. So the users, it's a dual-purpose bottle. They can either drink from it or they can use it to wash their hands with it. It has 2 different water exits. One's like a heavy, what you would imagine to be a drinking valve. You just screw the top off and drink. And then the other valve is a rinse valve where you lift up from the drinking spout, and it allows a rinse option so the users can rinse the hands off, but at the same time preserve their water. And when you're using the rinse valve, you get about 8 to 10 hand washes per bottle.
And you started working on this a while before the pandemic, right? This was not inspired by Dr. Fauci telling everybody to wash their hands.
No, absolutely not. I mean, for our family, like we started the birthday party that I cited earlier, that was in March of 2018. So that was the idea. And at that time, we spent all of 19 coming up with the concept, the research development, the patent, the testing, the prototyping, all of that through 19. And we got our first 4,000 bottles to sell in January of 2020. So it was literally just divine timing, really. I mean, it was just a product that we were bringing to market for a need that we had constantly. We knew other people had it. And our goal was to sell that first 4,000 bottles in that year, kind of as a side business for my wife. And we did it in about 4 to 6 weeks because of the pandemic.
And the 2 of you had regular jobs, right?
Yeah, well, she has a hard job. She's at home with the kids because we still have 2 at home with her. And then I run a real estate appraisal firm. So that's what I do full time. And so right now, both of us are, she's had to jump in a lot of her time with Suds2Go. And then I kind of do it, obviously, simultaneously while I'm running my appraisal company.
And then you knocked on the door of Shark Tank. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we're huge Shark Tank fans. So when we applied in March of 2020, they were kind of quick to jump on our product just because of the timing of it and what it was and how it really does help people, that are doing things out and about to keep their hands clean. So yeah, we were fortunate to pitch to the Sharks in August of 2020 in Las Vegas. So that was an exciting experience for sure.
And you had to be quarantined for the taping. This was in the middle of the pandemic.
It was. I guess typically they film in Culver City, California, and that's where they thought they were going to be able to do it. And and it was, their plans were kind of bouncing around throughout the process. And finally they landed in, at the Bellagio in Las Vegas, and they were able to create not the Bellagio, the Venetian, but they were able to create like a bubble concept there. Yeah, we had to quarantine for 9 days in our hotel room. We couldn't even leave to get ice in the hallway. Tested 3 times for COVID. And the first time we walked down that aisle, there was no trial period. The first time we walked down it, the lights were on, and it was time.
And you got a deal. Tell me about this, the experience.
Yeah, we were excited. Like, it was funny. Cindy's more of a realist, and I'm more of a dreamer. And leading into the Shark Tank experience, she's like, "Hey, you need to be prepared because we might not get a deal." I'm like, "Nah, we're going to get a deal. They're all going to be fighting over us." And I had this big grand idea about how we're going to have multiple opportunities, and luckily we did. We had 2 different offers from Sharks, and we ended up accepting the offer from Robert Herjavec, an equity deal in our company. And yeah, it's super exciting. It's very, I think people don't understand that you're in there for an hour with the Sharks, and they edit it down to 8 to 10 minutes of TV time. But they're nailing it down pretty good for an hour with questions.
Interesting. Well, congratulations on getting that deal. And now I assume it's going to be or has been good for your business and where you're going from here with it.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is, like I said, we're a baby business in the sense we've only been selling product for 14 months. So the Shark Tank exposure was huge for us. Just to be able to get the brand out there into so many people's homes. The opportunities that have come just from the Shark Tank exposure alone have been great. And then you add in Robert, his team, and how helpful they've been through the process. We're definitely excited about the opportunities ahead for Suds2Go.
So besides selling the actual water bottles that have the side, I guess, container for the hand soap, you also sell like tops that go onto pretty much any water bottle?
We do, yeah. So we have another. So we have a second product, and there are our Suds caps, and they come preloaded with soap, and you can push them down onto any kind of disposable water bottle, like a Dasani, Aquafina, Costco bottle, and you can bring that little portable hand washing system with you anywhere, in your pocket, in your purse, in your tote. And those are really cool because they're a lot more portable. They're a lot more. They're easier to carry along, and everybody carries bottled water with them anyway. So it works really well. And we're actually in the process right now of doing our caps 2.0, and those are going to be refillable. So not only are our customers going to be able to refill their caps with their own soap like they can in our bottles, it's going to be another way for people to repurpose those water bottles and to be more eco-friendly. And if they drink a water bottle, if they drink their Dasani water bottle, they can then fill that with tap water and bring that along to use with our Suds2Go caps.
Terrific. Now, has it been difficult for you to get product out there during the pandemic and into the hands of consumers?
Not so much with our bottles. We had a good amount of inventory. Once we found out we're going to be on Shark Tank, we ordered a lot, and we kind of doubled down on inventory. But getting our orders of these 2.0 caps in, we'll see what kind of hurdles we're going to be, because I know, talking to a lot of other product type businesses who have to import, they're having a really hard time with getting shipping into the States and importing stuff.
So tell us what folks should know. You have different packages, more or less, and lots of colors available for people who are interested in this.
Yeah, so we have 6 different variations of our Suds2Go bottles. That's going to be that was our first product, and that's the one that people are able to use over and over again right now. So I think people kind of are attracted to that option because, one, they get to use their own soap, which is a big plus for a lot of families with allergies and a lot of more naturally focused families. It's a big thing for them to be able to bring their own soap with them. So we have different options, six different color variations of our Suds2Go bottles. We do have our disposable caps, similar to what I talked about earlier with our Suds caps. They fit on any disposable water bottle. And then we're expecting to have our 2.0 caps, which will be refillable. We're expecting to have those here, hopefully in time for Christmas.
Tell us about pricing.
Yeah, so our Suds2Go bottles right now are $36.99. Currently available only on our website, www.mysuds2go.com. And then we sell the disposable caps for $10.99 for a pack of 2. And those get about 30 pumps of soap to each cap. So it's kind of quite a bit of hand washing you can use each cap for.
Any concerns that you're not like face masks, because people always want to keep their hands clean, I suppose, but any concerns about reaching the end of this and returning to some normalcy, that people aren't going to be paying as much attention to it?
I've thought about that obviously a lot. I think since we developed these products even before COVID, it's definitely a pain point for families and active people who like to be out and about and need to keep their hands clean. And what if anything that COVID has taught us is that the importance of hand washing and how that keeps you healthy. Now, COVID might be a thing of the past, but there's always going to be the flu. There's always going to be other sicknesses where keeping your hands clean is going to be important. I mean, I know that 80% of disease or sickness that's communicable is transferred by touch. So if you can keep your hands clean, you have a good chance of staying healthy. So I think if anything, COVID has spent billions and millions upon millions of dollars on advertising for us that we could never have spent on how important hand washing is. So, I think we have a good, strong base of customers who understand this importance. And I think if anything, it's taught us, it's compounded that fact that we need to keep our hands clean.
And cold and flu season is coming.
Right.
The website, once again, is mysuds2go.com. Gabe Trevizo, thank you for taking the time with us.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your time.